Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, Latina Plants. My name is Jackie. Today we're going to do some repots. But before we do, make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you like videos like this. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber already, and click on that bell to get notified every time I upload a video. Let's go ahead and do some repots. Today we're going to repot these anthuriums. I picked these up at my mom's Lowe's store because they had the chocolate anthuriums as well as the red ones. And since I wanted to add these to my collection, I thought that I could use these because they're so inexpensive and I'm starting off with anthuriums. I'd like to know what kind of soil works in my environment. And as you can see, I've had these for a while. If you didn't watch my clean with me or plant chores video, go ahead and check that out. But I'm taking them out of their substrate because I wanted to check the roots out, and I'm going to change them into a different substrate. And because there are multiple plants in the pot, I'm going to separate them and pot them into different substrates. I will be doing an update video to show you guys how they're doing in the different substrates, like comparing. Here I'm showing you how it has that like meshing that they use for the plants when they're first propagated or first grown, and in that mesh was a lot of compacted soil, so I decided to pull it off. It does take off some roots, but not too many because Anthurium roots, as you can see, are pretty chunky, but she does have a lot of dry roots, so I'm going to end up doing some trimming back, and I will also soak her in some hydrogen peroxide with some water mixture, which you will see soon. And here I'm just trying to pull off whatever roots are brittle and dry off first. Now, I don't think this has any root rot. I just think that the roots were not getting an adequate amount of moisture. They just kept on drying way too fast for me to keep up with the watering because they were in such small pots. And if you know anything about anthuriums, anthuriums are really thirsty plants, and so they require a lot of moisture, but they also really like a very airy substrate because they don't like to sit in moisture for too long. And so they need kind of a happy medium. And here I'm just using my skewer to loosen some soil up, trying to get off any of the like dead sheath and debris. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the same with the red variety. Although this red one looks a lot healthier than the chocolate one did, root wise and bloom and leaf wise. She looks a lot healthier. And here I am trying to separate her. I did fast play this so that this video wouldn't be too long, but I did want you guys to be able to see the entire process, even me removing the substrate. And so I'm just loosening up the soil and wiggling it a little bit and stuff, trying to be as gentle as possible. Even though this red one is looking healthier and the roots and everything, she didn't have as much roots as the chocolate one, which was a little bit of a shocker for me. She did also have the mesh in the center with the compacted soil. And I know that over time the roots can grow through the mesh. Obviously, it has been growing through the mesh, but I prefer not to have the compacted soil in the center because you never know how long that's going to take to break down. And I'm back. They've been cleaned up and rinsed out, and then I put them in this glass vase just with some hydrogen peroxide and water. And I'm also going to use this Myco Supreme on the roots just to help with any transplant shock and add some good microbes into the mix. And I have these two clear pots that I will link down below for you guys in the description. I picked them up from Amazon. And I also have two catch pots off to the side. I really like these catch pots. You guys see them in my videos all the time. Sanitizing my shears here because I'm going to cut off any roots that don't look good. And I don't remember if I sanitized these shears before or not. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And yeah, those pots I got from Target's dollar section, you guys, quite a few years ago. And so here you see me. I'm just going to cut off anything that looks dry rotted or mushy or anything like that that doesn't look healthy. These roots should always be firm, you guys. If they're mushy in any way or if they pull apart really easily, you should cut them off because they're no good. Also, they do bend and snap easily because they're so firm. So I do recommend that you try to be gentle when removing or when dealing and handling with the roots. Here I'm just using these tweezers that I got in a bonsai kit. I will also link that down below for you guys. I got quite a few nice potting tools in that set from Amazon. So I'll link it down below if you guys are interested. Came with a bunch of cute little shovels and things and tools. I really enjoy it and have been using it for years now. I did cut off some of the browning leaves. I just want the plant to bounce back and have less to, I guess, keep alive. And so it can grow healthier and stronger. And so I don't want it to put any energy into leaves that she's not going to keep. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and click on that bell to get notified if you like videos like this, you guys. I will probably be propagating these and selling these on my PalmStreet as well, you guys. I'm not going to keep both of the plants or of each of the plants because I'm making two plants of each pretty much because I separated them and I'm going to try them in different substrates and I will keep whichever one I am having more results in growing, and I will probably transfer the other one into the same medium and then post it for sale because I don't need more than one of my plants of each plant. Or I might just gift one to my mother. We will see. But keep an eye out on my PalmStreet, you guys. I also ordered some heat pack and thermal wraps to help with any shipping. So if you guys are interested in buying from me, I will be doing the heat wraps and thermal wraps. Not sure what I'm going to price them out to be just yet. I know the heat packs I can do them for like $5, but I'm not sure what I should charge for the heat pack and thermal wraps. If you guys know like any suggestions on what what people usually price them for, let me know down below in the comments. I will also be doing my own research to see what I should be pricing it for. And so now that I trimmed everything, we're going to go ahead and do the first two in my soil mix here, my aeroid chunky soil mix. Super chunky, you guys, with cocoa coir, very chunky perlite, cocoa chips, worm castings. I don't have any charcoal in this mix. I really do need to get me a bag of charcoal because I like to use that in my mix as well. And as you guys know, worm casting and the smaller perlite as well. The cocoa coir that I actually get has the smaller perlite, but I still add even more. And so I'm doing a chunky layer on the bottom just so I lose less of the substrate. And we're going to grab one red and one chocolate and pot them up. And here I'm just going to use the bin to minimize on any of the mess that I will be making potting these up. I just thought this would be a better idea and it's more elevated. You guys can see what I'm doing. And so here I'm just going to pick one of each. Trying to be gentle, pulling them out of the water here. So we're going to do this one. My thought process in this was the one with the most roots I wanted to put in soil in my chunky, well, it's soilless mix. Again, using some Myco Supreme. I've seen some good results with my plants using this Myco, so if you guys are interested, I will link that down below for you guys as well. This one is more of the powdery type, as you can see here. I probably use too much Myco, but I mean, can you actually use too much Myco? I don't know. I never even actually researched that. I just want to make sure that I coat all of the roots with it, or at least most of the roots. And yeah, now we're going to set her in. I'm trying to make sure that I have her in deep enough so that the top of her stem that has roots is in the substrate, and using another bonsai tool just to poke in between the roots and stuff to make sure that the substrate is settling in there. And this is what she's looking like. I will clean her leaves later on. Not in this video though, off camera. I didn't like how she was sitting in that other pot, so I decided to put her in this one instead because I wanted the pot to sit all the way down. And here we go with the next one, again using the Myco, making sure she's deep enough. I love these clear pots, you guys, because you can actually see the roots growing in there, and it's not like a frosted pot, so I think it's way better than the frosted nursery pots. I don't know, you guys tell me. I really like these because they're a lot more clear. And they've been pretty sturdy for me. I haven't had any issue with them like breaking or anything fast. So, yeah, I do enjoy them. And I like the fact that they have the large holes on the bottom. Maybe not so much when I'm using Pawn, which is what we're going to use for the next two here. I am putting some leca on the bottom because, like I said, it has large holes and I didn't want the pawn to come out of the bottom. And so I think the leca helps with that. And so doing a layer of leca, then pon, and then putting the plant in and filling it all around. My pon was already wet from cleaning it, so I had to do a lot of tapping and stuff just to get it to settle in. I am thinking about making my own pon mix because, like everyone else, the issue is that when you go to get some pon to order some, they're always sold out. So I will probably be doing that soon. I probably won't share it because there's enough videos out there. Unless you guys want to see me make one and share that with you guys, then I'll make the video. But so this is what they're looking like in their, I guess you can say this is a leca and pon mix substrate. I decided to leave the flowers on the red one on only because the leaves look really healthy and she's growing really well, even with the flowers, so it doesn't seem to be draining any energy. But the chocolate one I felt like needed the leaves or the flowers cut off. So let me know down below in the comments, you guys, which one of these you think will do better, the pond mix or the chunky soilless mix. If you have any recommended mixes that I could try, let me know down below in the comments. Also, let me know if you guys have anthuriums, you like anthuriums, down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this repop. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click on that